Today's video, the top 10 games that you can get right now for under $10. Well, you can probably get right now for under $10. Can't guarantee that everything stays in stock. Filming outside today for better lighting, and I think the camera just moved because of the wind. I'm Jackson Warfield, and let's get started. First off, we have an honorable mention, Cosmic Encounter Duel. Cosmic Encounter Duel is based on the game Cosmic Encounter, but it's a dueling game. You'll see this a lot, where you'll get the dual version of a multiplayer game. It's honorable mention for a few reasons. First of all, I haven't actually played it, but the reason why I still wanted to mention it is because it's a game that would normally be like $45, but you can get it for under $10 because they made way too much of this game, and it was not reviewed super well. That doesn't mean it's not playable. I mean, you get a lot of game for a game that's going to be on clearance until they run out of stock of it. So honorable mention for Cosmic Encounter Duel. I do have it. I'm eventually going to play it. We'll see. Reminder for all these games, if you want to buy them, you can support the channel by using the affiliate links in the description. If I don't have an affiliate link for it, I'm still going to put a link for it because the rules for this list are you have to be able to find this game online somewhere for under $10, although I can't guarantee that shipping will keep you under $10. So for some of these, you'll find websites that are going to, the shipping might bring you up to 15 or so, but if you already got an order from them, you know, it's less than $10 on top. Number 10, Happy Salmon. Happy Salmon is a silly game where you and a bunch of enthusiastic people are going to be taking a hand of cards, or really a deck of cards. Cards will say things like high five, and if you draw high five, you have to silently go like, who's got high five? And someone else is going to be like, I got high five. And then you go, you have to make contact, and then once you do that, you get rid of your high five cards. Then you draw the next card. It might be Pound It. You got Pound It, you got Switcheroo, where you switch spots, or if you're playing inside, you just spin around. Or you Happy Salmon, which is where you hit each other's arms like this, which is kind of awkward, but that's the point. Happy Salmon is a fun game. You can't find this with the felt fish bag anymore, but you can find this in a box. It's a nice small game. So Happy Salmon's number 10. Number 9. The Catan dice game. And I'll say this, do not play side 1. That's a waste of time. Play side 2, sheet 2. The Catan dice game is a basic roll and write. Now, on the dice, you have the resources in Catan, and you're building things like you would in Catan. That's it. That's the game. It's actually surprisingly hard to find roll and writes for under $10. They'll typically be you got a lot in the $10 to $15 range, but the rules for the list is I had to go under 10. And Catan dice game is fine for that. Just as long as you don't play side 1, which is a dumb version of the game, it's a waste of time. If they made this game in 2025 instead of 2010, they wouldn't have included side 1. So use side 2. If you want, it's just a roll and write. Yeah, let's play Yahtzee, but Catan. So, maybe not the best game in the world, but if you like roll and writes, it's an easy, inexpensive way to get one in your collection, and you put it in a little travel case or something. Very easy to move with. So Catan dice game is number 9. Number 8, Unlock Short Adventures. Most of the Unlock games now you'll buy in 3 mission sets. So it'll be usually over $20, and you get 3 hour-long Unlock scenarios. Unlock short scenarios are designed to be much shorter than that. I think 15 to 30 minutes or so. It's not kids Unlock. It's just shorter Unlock. And that's a good thing to have because, to be honest, a lot of the Unlock scenarios are hard. And you won't hit it in that 1 hour time frame. It'll take you sometimes a half an hour more. So Unlock games can actually take a while. So the Unlock short scenarios take less time. The selling point is it takes less time. So you can find an Unlock short scenario for under $10. Be careful though, because you're shopping for these in a game store, because sometimes they mark the short scenarios as the same price as the long scenarios, and then it feels like a little bit of a ripoff. So be careful there. But any of the Unlock short scenarios are worth it for under $10. So Unlock short scenarios are number 8. Number 7. Rift Force. Did I get that right? It's Rift Force, right? Yeah. There are a lot of games now with Rift in the name. Rift Force is a game that is apparently under $10. It doesn't appear to be discounted on Amazon, and it was on clearance for a bit. I recently played this game for the first time, and it's a good game. You see, if you like dueling card games, but you find that some games are too complicated, like if you have text on every card, and that's too much to try to figure out, especially if you're just playing a game casually, or a game is arguably too simple, so abstract strategy games, maybe like Onitama. It's very simple, so you have to think 6 turns ahead, and that can be a bit of a headache. Rift Force is a good mix between the two. You got enough variety that you can't really plan that far ahead, so it's a bit of a relief there. But it's not like every card has its own text. You have 4 abilities on your side to keep track of and 4 for your opponents. There's a little bit of a drafting element too. You have a team of summoners, so like wizard guys, and you got the fire one, and then you got the The Wind one. Rift Force is a surprisingly good game, and as far as I can tell, it should be under $10 at least for a while. But if you need to hurry up and get any of them, this might be the one to get. This one's maybe at risk of potentially selling out or going to a higher price. So Rift Force is number 7. Number 6, Moose Match Mayhem. Any of the games by the Taco Cat Goat Cheese people, Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza people, which I don't know if are they the same? They feel like they're the same as the Exploding Kittens publishers. I'll confirm that. A lot of those games are kind of the same thing, and I'm gonna pick Moose Match Mayhem because this is the one that I have. So Moose Match Mayhem and a lot of all these games are gonna be games they're like slapping pile games. You flip cards over, and in Moose Match Mayhem specifically, you and everyone else playing would be flipping a card over, and then you want to slap the one that you want. And you gotta be careful because you're trying to get some, cute little forest critters. You have wild cards that are very good, and then if an avalanche card comes out, you can't hit anything. So it's like, no touching, no touching, no touching, no touching, no touching. It's a fun game to play with kids. It can be a bit of an appetizer game. Moose Match Mayhem works, and a lot of the other like Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza games can be gotten for under $10 too. I don't think you need to have more than one of them. Just kind of pick your favorite version of this. Moose Match Mayhem is number 6. Number 5. Spot It. Yeah, we're going with a handful of games that are good for kids. To be honest, a lot of the games that work for kids are pretty well priced. Spot It I wouldn't recommend unless you're going to play with kids, but it's a good one if you do. So the way Spot It works, you're putting down cards, and depending on the version of the game, you might have like circle cards, and the circle cards has a bunch of pictures on it. And then you'll have a card in your hand, and if your card has a matching picture, you can put it down. Now, that might seem overly simple, but it's actually kind of hard because they'll do things like the pictures will be sized differently, and there's like 8 on the card. So it's actually a little bit of a challenge. It's a fun, very light game to play with kids. If you can't tell by the fact that they made a lot of this game, it's good for what it does. And it can be had very cheap. I'm very confident this one's gonna be under $10 no matter when you're looking for it. At least some version of Spot It will be. Plus you can do Spot It. They have, thematic, licensed Spot It versions. So Spot It is number 5. Number 4. Tapple Mini. Tapple probably doesn't elicit the image of anything from looking at it besides tapping things, which is what you're doing. But Tapple is really more than just a tapping game. Tapple is a categories style game. So kind of like games, like I actually really like the old game Category Challenge. This is better. So the way Tapple works is you trying to say things that fit a category and then marking off the letter that the word starts with. So your pizza toppings to say pepperoni, you'll press down P. Anchovies, get A. Each letter can only be used once, so you're running this until you run out. Category games, a lot of people think they're good at them, and then they get into the actual game, and their brain just stops working. It's really fun to see. Tapple Mini is surprisingly under $10. I think there are other versions of Tapple. There are other category-style games you could use here, too. You could probably make a homemade version of this, but for under $10, you don't need to. So Tapple Mini is number 4. I'm not going to include... In this list, I'm not including anything that's a free print and play game because I want these games to be games you could, in theory, get someone as a gift. Because getting someone a free game as a gift could be a nice thing to add on to a gift, but it's not the gift itself. Hello, you gotta pee. You gotta pee. Not over there, right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah? Oh, good job. Number 3 is a 100-piece dice set. This one isn't technically a game, but you use this to play Liar's Dice, an old pub game, and it's actually a really good pub game bluffing game. The way Liar's Dice works is everyone it'll be something like 5 dice, and you all roll your dice, and you usually roll this under a cup. You put it under a cup. Honey, you got to pull up, but let me help you. All right. All right. Have fun picking up. Get in the car. I know. So everyone will roll dice. I gotta look out for dog poop. Everyone will roll dice and secretly have it under a cup. You just need to have like solo cups to go with this. Everyone will peek at their dice and then make bids of saying like, oh, I think collectively we have rolled 4 3s. Here's where it's fun. The next player either needs to raise the bid to say like, oh, we have 5 3s, or we have 4 4s, depending on the rules on how you can increase the bid, or has to call out the person that bid before them. You cannot pass. That's why it's fun. And you think the person before you should not be called out, you got to be ready to bluff. Liar's Dice is a lot of fun. It's actually even a little bit more intense in games like Skull for that reason. You can buy copies of Liar's Dice. You don't need to, though. Just buy a lot of dice. And to be fair, you could probably do one of those like ChessX dice blocks as well, but those are actually harder to find under $10. A bunch of dice you can make your Liar's dice set and just have it ready to go. So a 100-piece dice set is number 4. Actually, no, a 100-piece dice set is number 3. I was a little confused there. Yeah, number 2. Pandemic Hot Zone, North America, but it doesn't really matter. Sometimes a game will get produced way more than people have demand for the game. Pandemic Hot Zone was unfortunately one of those games. Unfortunately for the publisher, fortunately for us. Pandemic Hot Zone is the short version of Pandemic. Pandemic as a game will take usually, I think, 60 to 90 minutes to play a multiplayer game. Pandemic Hot Zone can be finished in under a half hour for 75% of the experience. So Pandemic Hot Zone, it takes away a few things, like, for example, you have the 4 characters, and that's pretty much it. You don't have all the expansions that come with the Pandemic to mix into the game. You have a smaller board in Pandemic Hot Zone North America. Obviously, you have North America. You also have Pandemic Hot Zone Europe. Europe comes with different characters. It's a great express version of Pandemic. I don't know why it's not more popular. It might be because it was released, right when the Pandemic name kind of went out of vogue. If you catch my drift, I think they've been trying to get away from that name now. There have been a number of games throughout history, throughout the last 10 years where, in fact, there's usually like one game a year that they produce way too much of. It started with Seafall, which is a legacy game people thought would sell like hotcakes, and you could find for like $7 for a while. For a while, this was Founders of Gloomhaven was here. Almost like I should make an award, say like in the Warfield Awards, you can have like the game that you can get super cheaply. Actually, Cosmic Encounter Duel might be what that game is right now. But Pandemic Hot Zone North America, I've gotten copies for $2. I have them ready to give out as like prizes at a, games party tournament. So Pandemic Hot Zone North America is number 2. And number 1, the self-proclaimed greatest card game ever made, Flip 7. Yeah, you can get Flip 7 for under $10. I think at one point, Publisher, which is OP Games, I think was giving out copies of Flip 7 kind of for free. And they were doing that because, yeah, they wanted to get the word out. This is a really good design. It's kind of like blackjack, where you have cards being laid in front of you and you're trying to add as many point cards as you can by saying basically, hit me, without getting 2 cards of the same number, in which case you kind of bust. And that's it. Like, it's kind of a better version of blackjack. It's a nicely produced game too. It's just cards, but I highly recommend getting Flip 7. You can easily find that for under $10. So Flip 7 is number 1. I should have made it number 7. Switch it maybe with Rift Force just to make Flip 7 number 7, but nah, Flip 7 is really number 1. Hope you enjoyed this list. Remember, if you want to actually buy these, you can support Jackson's Warfield by using the links in the description. But if you want to make a subscription to Jackson's Warfield, that helps us too, as does becoming a member, where you can support the channel for $1 a month and you'll get in the credits and get videos early. For example, I've already done a one-play review of Rift Force, and not everyone has seen it yet, but the members have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hehehehe